All right, so for those few of you who don't know, this guy, his name's James Charles. This video has been making his rounds on the internet. I think it released like a little less than a week ago. Um, he's a like big time YouTuber that's got caught in a scandal. We're gonna go over the video, but first I want to do some, I guess, prelude. And when you look him up on Google, when you go for the scandal, just generally him. Um, he's 21, and the scandal he's been caught in is messaging and inappropriate contact with minors. Is what he's been called out on. I think this year is two, but um, and I think I know what his ordeal is, and I think it's very common. Now that doesn't mean that I'm trying to excuse it or none of that, but I think I know what his ordeal is. So he blew up when he was 17, I believe. I believe maybe 17 or like 16, but it was prior to 18. And so what happened? What I think happened was he went from being a teenager to immediately being a heavily sought after and heavily applauded teenager, like overnight. And when something like that happens to you as a that young, you stop. You stop progressing in terms of maturity. So when you go look at his thumbnails and titles, you'll see clearly that even by not, I'll go watch a video after this just to skim through it, but I'm pretty sure that his sense of humor is still 17. His behavior is still 17. Example, and I'm not going to go show you the video, but he did a TikTok video that he had responded to he did a TikTok video, then an NFL player said something, and then he responded. But what it was a beat or something. I don't know what song it was, never heard it before, but he decided to look into the camera, and this was very recently, like January of this year, I think. He looked into the camera, and when the beat started, he turned around, he pulled his pants down, drawers still on, and like pumped his ass to the beat, and then turned around and smiled at the camera. Tell me that's not even for his age demographic. Like, tell me that's not like super duper childish. And remember, his audience is children. A huge portion of his audience is children. But yet that's one of the jokes, is to almost literally show his ass. So that, I think, when you look at certain habits he has, that is he's stuck at 17. And he, I don't know, maybe some counseling or whatever but that's that. All right, now before we get into the video, I've seen other people cover it. I don't think he gets it. I don't think he learned anything. Now that can mean he really doesn't understand the problem, or it could mean he doesn't give a shit and he's hoping it blows over. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into it.
James Charles here, and today I'm going to be making a very important video about a very important topic. As many of you guys know, about 2 years ago now, I was involved with a very public online scandal in which some fellow YouTubers made some very serious accusations against me, and within the past couple of weeks, similar accusations are being made again, and I think it's very important that I get...
Okay, so I don't know if I said earlier, but this apparently is like the third time. Remember, he's only been in it 4 years. So how does it get to 3 in 4 years? That's literally I can't come up with it now. It's like getting the STD 3 times in 4 years. Like, take a break, do something different. But no, he just Same thing 3 times. That's when you give the people the validity to go, nah, this is just you, bro. This ain't no mistake. No more. If this is really the third time, this is kind of just you.
On camera and talk to you guys honestly about what is going on. When this first happened 2 years ago, I uploaded a video to my channel called No More Lies, and that video was a very planned video. It focused on receipts and screenshots and defending myself in the situation, but I want you guys to know that this video that I'm going to be making today is going to be nothing like No More Lies. This is not exactly planned. I don't have a script. I will let you guys know that I do have just some notes in front of me of points that I want to make because this is a very, very serious topic. But
So it is planned and scripted. If you have notes, it might not be scripted down to the T, but it is planned. But why tell us it's not planned in the first place? Why do we need to know that? That's information that doesn't give us anything about what's going on. Why? What are you softening the blow for? Red flag.
today's video is going to be from the heart, and I'm going to focus on what happened, the conclusions that I've come to, and most importantly, holding myself accountable for my own actions. First and foremost, I need to say sorry. I owe a massive apology to anybody that I've hurt or anybody that I've made uncomfortable with my actions. And I also want to say I'm sorry to my friends, family, and fans that have to watch another one of these videos because you shouldn't have to, and this is really, really embarrassing. When
I feel like he brought up friends, family, and fans just to make it a little more sentimental. Just to draw a little more tears out of your emotions out of you. Because again, if you're trying to apologize for messaging minors and like having like awkward pictures, like when I looked this up, I didn't really see like anything like graphic. Now maybe it wouldn't be on Google, so maybe that's why. But again, if you're trying to just simply apologize and hold yourself accountable for that, it doesn't seem like it needs to be all this extra stuff you're bringing into it. Like this video is 14 minutes long. If I was him and I'm not messaging minors, I maybe it's just me, but the video would have been, all right, look, those two chicks that came out saying I was messaging them. Yeah, I was messaging them. I overlooked their age. I didn't ask. I mean, my bad. Like, I don't know what to do from here. Like, am I going to jail or what? Like, my bad. It was an accident. But then again, I'm somebody who's just extremely dry, so maybe it's me.
this all started online a few weeks ago, it sparked a large conversation, and many people have shared their thoughts and opinions, and I want to take some time to address literally everything in today's video. But before doing that, I want to make it really, really clear that I fully understand my actions and how they are wrong. There's
One thing that I thought when I came to understand of what this video was for, my thought was, why the fuck would you make that video? The only people had to have been DMing him, emailing him. He had to have been getting major pressure applied to him. Now it doesn't show up in a subscriber count because still's got I think got 25 million subscribers. I think it's 25.7 if I remember accurately. But again, there must be something more serious that hasn't come to light yet for him to jump on and make this video, because it doesn't make any sense to address this unless people are doing what they're doing with Deshaun Watson right now, which is we coming out with it. So be ready.
no excuse for them, and I don't plan on making any in this video either, and I hope that you will choose to watch it all the way through. I also just want to make a quick note as well that I'm filming this on the night of March 31st. It is currently 12:54 in the morning. I'm alone here in the studio, and I know that When I upload this tomorrow, it is going to be April Fool's Day, which is awful timing because this video and this topic is not a joke in any way, shape, or form.
Okay, I think what I'm going to do the rest of this video is just shorten all his fucking sentences up. So let's shorten that one up. Look, it's April 1st. This is not a joke, but it's the only time I can really upload the video because I'm in a hurry to address this and get it over with. All right, moving on.
And I don't want anybody to think that it is, but I also don't want to wait any longer to speak about this. I want you guys to know that this is very, very important to me, and I'm taking this very, very seriously.
Okay, when you're trying to be careful, less words is your friend. Less. Not a whole bunch more. Less words.
The last thing that I want to say before I just get into it is that I think it's important that I provide a trigger warning for this video. There's going to be topics and things talked about that are very, very sensitive to some people, and I don't want anybody to have to listen to those if they don't want to. So I'm just letting you know right now. But with all that said, I think it's time that we talk. In case anybody isn't aware of what's going on, within the past couple of weeks, 2 different people, both under the age of 18, have recently come forward saying that they had inappropriate messages with me on social media. One of them being from last year and one of them being from more recent. In both of these cases, I added these people on Snapchat, asked how old they were right away, was told that they were 18, believed them, engaged in a flirty conversation, and then later on found out that they were actually 16.
Okay, here's the problem with that. I understand that people do kind of, once they feel comfortable, jump right into the flirty business or whatever. But the way he worded that seemed really off, really not correct. They messaged me. I immediately asked them how old they were. And then they said blah, blah, blah. And then boom, right into the flirty. Well, if you're asking them their age because of what happened before, why do you still move that fast? Dude, you're famous. I know you get plenty of people throwing themselves at you. So there's no need to move this fast. You should have somebody on tap for your needs, being this famous. So again, that sounded like a whole bunch of blah, 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 blah.
Upon finding out, I was immediately embarrassed and blocked both people. Later on, when I saw them making videos about it and those videos going viral, my immediate reaction, completely honestly, was to be really, really upset. I wanted to get on camera and film another No More Lies video where I gather all my receipts and all my...
I think I missed it on just now, but when watching somebody else cover this, he's at some point when he was saying that they lied to him, said that he saw in the bio that what their actual age was. Again, how fast are you moving where you don't even look at the bio? Dude, anytime I'm on an app that swipes right, left, whenever I get a match, let's look through these photos. Let's look at the goofy shit you say, because if it's one of those shit that's just like, don't be trying to hit me up and fuck and da-da-da, and you better not be on some bullshit, I immediately just, it's a no for me, dog. So who the fuck doesn't go to the bio? Again, red flag, it sounds like you're lying without really saying anything, which is even more fucked up.
Screenshots and try to tell my side of the story and then just move on from the situation. And now looking back, that was so stupid, because as I did more research on these topics and self-reflected, I realized that the receipts and the screenshots and the specific details of the interaction really don't matter, because I fucked up and I needed to take accountability for my actions and, most importantly, apologize to the people that were affected by them. These conversations should have never happened.
Did you do wrong or not? Were you in the wrong or were you a victim? Because so far, it sounds like you're going, I fucked up, but at the same time, like, I was set up, so it's not really my fault. I do take accountability for not being perfect. That's what it sounds like. That's what this. If I was to retitle this video, it would be, "Damn, I ain't been perfect, y'all. My bad." That's what the title would be.
Point blank period. There's no excuse for it. There's no if, ands, or buts. And I take full responsibility for that. I trusted the information that was given to me rather than the information I could have and should have gotten myself.
I'm a victim, is what he just said. I was relying on them, their information. They didn't give it the right information. Ain't my fault.
In both of these situations, doing research into these people's public social media profiles would have revealed their true ages, and therefore these conversations would have never happened in the first place.
There you go. Okay, do you see how bad that sounds? Public information of the person you're directly talking to. Literally a click away. You're that horny? Look, bro, I was 21 before too. I still read the bio. I think everybody did. I've never even come close to just, I invited a chick over but didn't read like her bio no. You read the bio, so I don't buy the bullshit. It's gotta be lying. Gotta be.
But I didn't do the research, and that is what is so embarrassing. As an adult, it is my job and my responsibility to verify who I'm talking to, and therefore there is no one to blame for this other than myself.
4 minutes after blaming them for giving you the wrong information. And I hate when people use this type of wording. As an adult, it is my job to verify who I'm talking to. What? What? That doesn't even, that sounds overcomplicated. Like, no, it is, as an adult, fuck adults, not minors. The whole, it is my job, he's trying to sound overly responsible, I guess, for lack of a better term, which is yet again makes it even seem more lying than what it is.
The guys involved with this situation, I want to say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I added you. I'm sorry that I flirted with you. And I'm really sorry if I ever made you uncomfortable. It is completely unacceptable. I was being reckless. And after looking back and finally realizing that this was...
No. Well, yes, it was reckless, but it wasn't. Reckless is associated with an accident. This wasn't an accident. This was purposeful. You ignoring information right there. Ignoring it is not an accident. That was purposeful. This would be a more genuine apology if replacement words weren't used.
My own fault. I started doing a lot of thinking and reflecting to really try and figure out why I was actually allowing myself to be so reckless in the first place. In all other areas of my life, my friends, my business, I like to think of myself as pretty put together and on top of things, and I couldn't understand why relationships were the one outlier. Why were they not working? Why was this area of me so different? And I finally came to a conclusion. It sucks and it is ridiculously embarrassing to admit this, but I think I have to, and that is that I'm desperate.
The smooth transition to I'm fucking up, is because I have a problem. It's self-diagnosable too, by the way. That's what it is. Dude, what was that ordeal about the other areas of his life? Why bring that up? Is that a way of saying, look, look at all the A pluses I have, A plus, D-, so therefore I still get a passing grade? Is that what that was? Because that's how it feels. So again, this seems like deflection, transition to something, me victim. That's what it feels like. But I'm gonna try to stop pausing because still got like 10 minutes left. So let's try to get through this.
I do understand that with these videos coming to light, it's really starting to, not even starting, it's really looking, period, like I'm actively searching for younger people to be in a relationship with. And I just want to say firsthand that that is absolutely not the case. My hope has always been to be in a relationship with somebody around my age or older that I can relate to and that can make me laugh. And unfortunately, I've not been able to find that person.
Relevance. Relevance. You're talking about your situation with minors. Relevance.
Yet, but the idea of actually being in a relationship became so important to me that I was willing to trust too quickly, miss out on red flags, and most important,
Me victim.
not take the precautionary measures that really anybody, but especially somebody with a public platform, should be taking before talking to anybody. And
Me target. Me victim.
there's no excuse for that. When I've watched videos in the past of people talking about serious topics, such as this one, it's always really bothered me when people would talk about conclusions or changes that they're going to make without actually talking about how they got there in the first place. So I think it's really important that I do that in this video. I just honestly think that I owe it to you guys to kind of walk you through the reflection that I've been doing, so you know that I'm taking this seriously, how I came to terms with my desperation, and how it led me here.
Again, let's shorten that up. I'm going to tell you what I found out about myself that's so wrong. Let's see if he does that.
In 2019, my dating life became even more public than it already was when I was called out and labeled as a predator. You guys, I feel like at this point, all know the story, so I don't want to go back into details, but pretty much I had to get on camera and prove that I was being lied to. I had all the receipts to back it up, but at the time I also recognized that I definitely needed to change the way I was going about dating because clearly something was not working. And in that video, I made a vow and a promise to myself and to you guys as the audience that I will be way more careful moving forward.
Okay, so your dating life was what exactly that led to you looking like a predator? Getting into situations or texting, whether it's texting, what I don't know exactly because I don't know the whole history of the situation, but again, you're blaming this on not having an adequate relationship life or something. That's still a bad look. Who's your publicist? Because this is an awful PR move. Awful.
And that promise was not one that I kept. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, at the time that I posted No More Lies, I really thought that like the only issue was kind of like the straight guys and being lied to. But I now realize that,
The what?
to be honest with you guys, at the time that I posted No More Lies, I really thought that like the only issue was kind of like the straight guys and being lied to.
The straight guys. What is that supposed to mean? Is that a whole you dated straight guys? So they were your problem? I hope he goes more into detail to what the fuck that means.
But I now realize that it was obviously a much deeper problem,
No,
and I really
yeah.
wish that at that time I had spent the time to sit down, look at myself in the mirror, and try to get to the root of the problem and understand why I was actually allowing myself to get into these situations instead of just brushing it off and saying like it's the straight guys and it's the lie. But like I said, I didn't, and as time progressed, my desire for a relationship never really went away, and I slowly started ignoring red flags again, and also ignoring my friends and the important people around me that warned me that I was going to get hurt. And to them, I also feel like I really owe an apology.
Okay, he's trying to remember lines. He's right now just admitted that. Yeah, they kind of told me y'all was doing the same shit that got me put into a scandal before, but so this is not an accident. So again, earlier with the accident words, reckless and all. No, this was purposeful. You just ignored a lot of things. You were driving in a car ignored the red light, hit somebody, and went, you know, all the stuff in my car with the flashing lights, and then I drive a stick shift, and then I'm the latte, I needed caffeine, and that's essentially what you're saying now. This is a horrible, horrible accountability. Anything, video, newspaper, anything. This is horrible.
Because I should have listened, and I feel like if I did, we probably wouldn't be here today. Looking back now and just trying to do my best to piece this all together in my head, I think that my lack of experience when it came to dating growing up, and then all of a sudden having a lot of attention from different types of men, some for good reasons and some for bad reasons, really affected me in ways that I didn't quite understand. I honestly just thought that I had really, really bad luck and that I was being taken advantage of when that wasn't the case at all. And I had the mentality that I could reach out to literally anybody and use my Explore page and For You page as a dating app. And eventually I would just happen to find the right person. But that's just not how dating works, literally at all. It's gross. It's weird.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You can use whatever you want, excluding from the professional like type situations. But even then, if you are about it the right way, you can use that as a date. You can use anything you want as a dating thing if you go about it appropriately. So again, I don't think this dude gets it. I don't think he understands this at all. I think he's just putting shit together and doing what he said he's not doing, which is just hoping it goes away. He hoped that this was the proper video to make to keep going and not face anything.
And it's desperation. I just really thought it was important to share my thought process and the conversations that I've been having with myself and professionals behind the scenes in order to help myself fully understand the situation so I could properly hold myself accountable for how I got here in the first place. When these videos started to come to light, power imbalance became a really large topic of conversation on social media, and rightfully so. In 2019, when I had my whole situation, I was accused of abusing my fame, money, and power to get what I wanted. And when I responded to that at the time, I said that that was disgusting and that I would never want to do that. And to this...
Okay, here's the problem with that idea. The word, it depends on how you use the word abusing, right? If you're literally manipulating things in really harsh ways, for lack of a better word, putting this together literally at the top of my head on like this situation, depending on how you use the word abuse, is this, it decides whether you using your money, power, and fame is okay or not, right? Using your, like, okay, let's say I end up famous or some shit like that. And me seeing a chick I like is like, yo, I ain't got no game in them, but, you know, do you like to be on a magazine and shit? Because that's me. That's not bad. They're like, look, you don't like me, but do you like what I have? Okay, great, let's trade. Like this, that's not inherent, that's not automatically bad. It's backing someone into a corner, I guess is one way you say abuse. That would be bad. So is this idea of you can't date fat. First of all, most people only want to date someone they're a fan of. And what I mean is they only want to date someone or be with someone they're enamored with. We've kind of bred this culture of people. We've told them literally just go have fun. And how do they address dating and relationships in a fun way? You only want to be with the person who gives you that googly eye butterfly in the stomach feeling. So we only want to date people we're essentially fans of. That's one problem. Second is, no, this is stupid. Just because somebody's a fan of you doesn't mean you can't date them. It doesn't mean that by default you're going to abuse them. Being famous doesn't make you by default a shitty partner. You just got to know how to handle it.
day, I still stand behind that sentiment 1000%. So when it was getting brought up again, I got really, really frustrated and was trying to understand, because I was thinking to myself, like, okay, I know that this situation shouldn't have happened. I know that this conversation shouldn't have occurred. I take responsibility for that. But at the same time, like, they DM'd you first. They lied to you. They flirted first. Like, you didn't use your fame, money, and power to get anything. But I've now realized that that mentality is completely wrong, because a power imbalance can happen even when it's not intentional. What I wasn't getting before is that
that right there proves the point. That's so fucking stupid. So let's say you meet somebody who doesn't watch YouTube or doesn't really know about you, but then after looking into your stuff, like, oh my God, I really do love your channel. I want to watch you more often. Hey, can I have one of your shirts since we're dating? Is that not a fan at that point? So you got to stop? No, it's stupid.
Excitement that comes with talking to a celebrity is literally enough to make somebody do or say something that they normally wouldn't, even if that celebrity isn't intentionally weaponizing their fame, money, or power. And that's the concept that I just wasn't getting, but I now do.
No,
even though I'm able to turn off my social media and just talk to somebody outside of the spotlight about something normal, in normal clothes and no makeup on, as James Dickinson, that doesn't change the fact that to them, I'm still James Charles. And that's something that I can't turn off. For me, having a public platform has become such a huge part of my life that at this point, it does feel normal. But I have to understand that to 99.9% of people, it's not normal and will never be normal. And that's where the power imbalance lies that I wasn't understanding. But I'm so glad that I finally do, because like I said,
stop using the phrase power imbalance. Like, come on, they're free human beings to move about. That's not the problem we have here. The issue is they're minors, and that's it. That's the problem. Why are we talking about power imbalance? It's fucking relevant. Power imbalance is not. If I'm wrong, let me know. But power imbalance isn't even wrong. It's not even wrong. I mean, not illegal. So why are we talking about power imbalance right now?
in 2019, taking advantage of that power imbalance is something that I would never ever want to do, but unintentionally was. With this situation blowing up, there are a lot of people speaking about this online, whether it be sharing their opinions, arguing back and forth, or most importantly, holding me accountable for my actions. I understand that posting this video today is not going to stop those conversations, but is going to spark more of them. And that's something that I am completely okay with, because I really feel like these are topics that we need to be speaking about a lot more. I also want to make it clear too that through uploading this video today, my hope and my expectations are not to press post and then forget about it and move on and wash my hands as if nothing happened, because something did happen. And what happened was not okay. And I don't want to just forget about it. I
thought he said it was by himself. I've been hearing background noise this entire time. Did he start the video off lying about something as simple as being by his fucking self? Damn, I've been hearing background noise this whole time. He's even lying about people being in the house.
I should have been more careful in every single way when it comes to the ways that I was looking for a relationship. I didn't do the proper research, and for that, I'm once again ashamed and embarrassed. I can't take it back as much as I wish that I could, but I am really, really glad that I now fully understand the situation, so I'm able to do better in the future, and I really hope to show that to you guys. I'm a firm believer that when scandals or situations like this happen, you can get on camera and upload an apology video where you say sorry a million times all day long, but the only way to actually show and prove that you are sorry is through action and change, and I'm going to change. This whole situation has been so embarrassing, and I'm ashamed, but like I said, I'm
just he said that like it was a lie.
And prove that you are sorry is through action and change, and I'm going to change. This whole situation,
did that not seem like it was fake? It just seemed like he's trying to oversell it, like action and change. I'm going to change. Like, it's just so, it seemed fake. Man, I see why people are going in on this video. It's hard to believe or hard to take in.
So embarrassing and I'm ashamed, but like I said, I'm now educated and fully understand what went on. And I'm making a promise to all of you right now on camera that I
Define educated. Again, you're talking about making sure the people are of legal age. Define educated. Why'd you use that word? I mean, I would have understood if you said cautious. You said educated. Doesn't make any sense right here.
will be way more careful moving forward with every single person that I speak to. My For You page and Explore page are not dating apps, and I will stop treating them as if they are. I also have already started asking for proper identification from every single.
Okay, here's the problem with saying that the search section or For You section is not dating and you won't treat it like it's dating anymore. Okay, fine. You're still famous. You don't think you're ever. So if you date another famous person and they end up in your For You section because, I don't know, maybe you typed something, they said something and your phone heard it, and they pop up in your For You page, are you going to stop dating them if you like them? Exactly. Stop it.
Too. My For You page and Explore page are not dating apps, and I will stop treating them as if they are. I also have already started asking for proper identification from every single guy that has either reached out or that I was speaking to, and will continue doing so for the rest of time.
Okay. Problem. You're in a scandal right now, dude. What do you mean you already are asking for proper identification? You stop. Just stop for a minute. Stop. Put a hold. Like Deshaun Watson has to stop getting massages right now. You have to stop dating. You might not feel like it's fair, but it's true. Stop dating right now. Give it a break. Come back later. It's not an area for you right now. It's problematic for your career. Stop.
I now understand the root of the problem. I understand how and why I, and only I, caused myself to get into this situation. I understand that this could have and should have been easily avoided, and I also understand that I need to be aware of my platform at all times. I didn't understand how a situation like this could affect the people involved, but now I do. And for that, to the victims, I am so sorry. And I promise that something like this will never, ever happen again. I also feel like I owe an apology to my friends, family, team members, and also
already
fans
did.
that had to watch this all go down again. To all of you guys, I once again wish that I had listened earlier on. You guys saw this and I didn't, and I'm really sorry for not taking that seriously and not being a better person and a better role model like I promised that I would be. I'm going to be taking some time away to reflect and further educate myself on these topics. I think at this point...
Educate what? What topics? You just said the whole entire video is you fucked up and messaged minors. Educate what? You've already said proper identification, which, let's be real, none of us are fucking doing. We'll never do it. We never will. None of us ever will do that. We're going to go, looks old enough, feels old enough, you're old enough. None of us are really going to do that shit. Educate yourself on what?
It's really important that I do so I'm able to follow through with my word and prove to you guys that I will be a better person. Even though I won't be here posting, I do want people to know that I will still be here, available, listening, and learning. At this point, if you made it all the way through the video...
Okay, so you're not going away, but you're going to stop uploading, I guess, for a while. Why? Are you going to try and rebrand yourself? Because again, and we'll go into, I guess, like I said, some of a video. I'm not going to go into all of them. But are you going to try to change your fan base? Or are you going to try to let the heat, or are you going to just wait on the heat to die down, then you'll be back? What's the purpose of you taking a break? I don't feel like, here's the thing. I understand the break because your mentality is getting a little too heavy. I get it. It's a mental break. But I feel like he's trying to sell it as I'm sacrificing right now. I'm taking time off to learn and do this. And again, what the fuck are you learning? What are you learning, dude? Don't. It's one thing to learn. Don't do that. And what are you available for? Messaging people is what got you here. What are you here for? What are you available for? You should have just uploaded a 5-minute video. Look, the two dudes who said I messaged them, I did. I fucked up, didn't pay attention. Oops. I'm going to await the legal situation to see what happens with what. After that, I'll be back. But for now, I am focusing solely on making this go away, and then I'm going to have at least a week of breather time as a woosah, and then I'll be back to check on you and see if my career is still intact. That's this entire video. You didn't have to tell us on 3 different occasions, I'm sorry to my family and friends. Text them. Why are they watching this? Why? Why would they watch this video? Jeez. I get why you get the heat now. This was terrible. Shit. Let's see. Exposing makeup for men. Like I said, you see through his thumbnails, he's it just looks well. To be fair, all of it looks like this. All famous YouTubers look like this. This is why my YouTube doesn't take the fuck off, because I don't know how to make this goofy shit. It's just. Oh, let's watch the last one. I bet my friends 100,000. It got to be great to just make goofy ass videos titled like that and make $1 million. God damn.
I'm going in. Download now on Google Play.
Hey, I'm Talon, and this is Rumpus, and I'm going to show you how to start an online t-shirt business. Let's go. First, go to Shopify.com.
Hi sisters, James Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited for today's video because we are doing something that I have never done before, a gaming competition. My favorite game in the entire world, hands down, has got to be Mario Kart, and I am very, very good at it. You guys have been asking for a Mario Kart video for a very long time now.
All right, so I'm not gonna watch this. I don't know if it's the energy. I can't. I'm not watching that. All right, so be right, not positive. I'm out.